Have you noticed that reading the morning paper or checking a menu at a restaurant is becoming a struggle even with your glasses on? Does driving at night feel more intimidating than it used to because the glare of oncoming headlights lingers just a little too long, or perhaps you have started noticing that colors do not look as vibrant as they once did, as if the world has been covered by a thin gray veil? It is a terrifying thought, isn't it? The fear that your vision is slowly fading, and with it, your independence. By the time we hit age 60, it is estimated that a significant portion of us are already dealing with some form of vision decline, whether it is macular degeneration, cataracts, or just the natural wear and tear of aging. But what if I told you that losing your eyesight is not just an inevitable part of getting older? What if the blurry vision and the eye strain are actually signals from your body crying out for specific nutrients that you might be missing? Imagine if a simple daily habit could not only stop that decline, but actually sharpen your vision and protect your retina for years to come. It is easy to think that our eyes are just failing because of the number on our birthday cake, but the truth is often hidden on our dinner plates. We tend to accept that we need to buy stronger reading glasses every year, but we rarely stop to think about feeding the delicate machinery inside our eyes. The reality is that your retina is one of the most metabolically active tissues in your body, and it is hungry. It is hungry for very specific bioactives that act as internal sunglasses and cellular repair crews. In this video, we are going to uncover 5 specific foods that are proven to nourish the retinas and strengthen your vision. These are not just random healthy foods, they are powerhouses that target the blood vessels and nerves in your eyes. We will explore what might be secretly weakening your vision and exactly what to eat to regain that clarity so you can keep reading, driving, and seeing the faces of the ones you love with perfect sharpness. Before we dive into these vision-saving foods, if you care about staying healthy and maintaining your independence well into your golden years, consider subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications. We share the kind of deep dive senior health tips that doctors often do not have time to cover in a 15-minute appointment. And let me ask you a quick question. Are you watching this video from the United States, the UK, Australia, or somewhere else entirely? Drop a comment below and tell me where you are from. I'm always curious to see how far our community of proactive seniors reaches. Now let's get into our list, and the first food we need to talk about is something you probably see in the grocery store every week, but might not realize is a weapon against a vision loss. We are talking about dark leafy greens, specifically spinach. You might be thinking that you have heard this before, but stay with me because the reason why spinach is so critical for your eyes goes much deeper than just general health. Spinach is absolutely packed with 2 specific carotenoids called lutein and zeaxanthin. I want you to think of these 2 compounds as the internal sunglasses for your eyes. When you go outside on a bright sunny day, you put on sunglasses to filter out harmful UV rays, right? Well, inside your eye at the very back, there is a sweet spot called the macula. This is the part of the retina responsible for your central vision, allowing you to see fine details and read and recognize faces. Lutein and zeaxanthin accumulate right there in the macula, and they physically block high energy blue light from damaging the sensitive cells deep in your eye. It is almost like applying a protective shield directly onto the lens of a camera. Here is the science of it in simple terms. As we age, our eyes are bombarded by oxidative stress. This is essentially rusting of the cells caused by sunlight screens and just the metabolic process of living. If you do not have enough lutein stored in your retina, the oxidation runs rampant and leads to age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of blindness in seniors. But here is the catch, and this is where many people get it wrong. Spinach is packed with these nutrients, but they are fat soluble. If you are just eating a raw spinach salad with no dressing or throwing a handful into a fat-free smoothie, you are absorbing almost none of the benefits. Your body cannot extract that lutein without a carrier. Imagine this scenario. You decide to be healthy and eat a big bowl of plain steamed spinach. You feel good about it, but your digestive system lets all those valuable eye nutrients pass right through you. However, if you just saute that spinach in a little bit of olive oil or eat it with some avocado, suddenly you unlock the treasure chest. The fat acts like a taxi service driving the lutein out of the leaf and into your bloodstream where it can travel up to your eyes. So here's what you should do. Try to incorporate a cup of cooked spinach into your diet at least 3 or 4 times a week. It does not have to be boring. Wilting it into an omelet is a fantastic way to do it because the fat from the egg yolk helps absorption even more. Or saute it with garlic and olive oil as a side dish for dinner. You might start to notice that your eyes feel less tired at the end of the day and you are less sensitive to bright lights. It is a small change, but it builds a literal physical barrier against blindness in your retina. Moving on to the second food on our list, we are going to look at the ocean. We are talking about fatty fish, specifically salmon, sardines, or mackerel. You have likely heard that fish is brain food, but it is actually one of the most potent eye foods in existence. This is because of something called DHA, which is a type of omega-3 fatty acid. Now, I want you to touch the skin near your eye. It feels delicate, right? But inside the structure of the retina is actually made up of a huge amount of fatty acids. In fact, DHA makes up more than half of the fat in your retinas. Think of DHA as the bricks and mortar of your eye cells. When you do not get enough of it, the structure of the cell membrane becomes rigid and brittle. It cannot communicate signals properly to the brain. This is often why we experience dry eye syndrome as we get older. Have you ever felt that gritty sandpaper sensation in your eyes when you wake up or after watching TV for too little while? That is inflammation and a lack of proper oil production in the tear ducts. When you eat fatty fish, you are essentially oiling the hinges, you are reducing the inflammation that causes dry eyes, and you are replenishing the structural integrity of the retina itself. There is also a fascinating connection to blood vessels. Dr. William Li often talks about angiogenesis, which is how the body grows and maintains blood vessels. In conditions like diabetic retinopathy or wet macular degenerations, the body grows abnormal leaky blood vessels in the eye that block vision. Omega-3s help regulate this process, ensuring your blood vessels stay healthy and stable rather than leaking and causing damage. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine an old garden hose that has been left out in the sun for years. It gets stiff and it cracks. And when you turn the water on, it leaks everywhere. That is your blood vessels without omega-3s. Now imagine a brand new high quality hose that is flexible and strong. That is what DHA does for the microvessels in your eyes. You do not need to eat fish every single day to get this benefit. Aim for a portion of fatty fish 2 to 3 times a week. If you hate the taste of fish, high-quality algae oil supplements are a good alternative, but whole food is always better. Think of a nice baked salmon fillet with lemon as a direct deposit into your vision savings account. You are literally building better eyes with every bite. I hope you are taking notes because we are just getting started and the next few foods might surprise you with how common, yet powerful they are. By the way, if you are finding these tips useful so far, please hit that like button. It really helps spread the word to other seniors who might be struggling with their vision and looking for natural solutions. It lets me know I am helping, and it helps the algorithm show this video to the people who need it most. Now let us talk about something that adds a pop of color to your plate and clarity to your sight. Number 3 is orange bell peppers. You might have grown up hearing that carrots are the best vegetable for your eyes, and while carrots are good because of beta carotene, orange bell peppers might actually be superior when it comes to the specific needs of the senior eye. Remember how we talked about zeaxanthin earlier alongside lutein? Well, while spinach is the king of lutein, orange bell peppers are the kings of zeaxanthin. This particular pigment concentrates in the very center of the macula, the bullseye of your vision. As we age, that center point can degenerate, creating a blurred spot right in the middle of what you are looking at. If you have ever tried to read a book and the words in the center of the page look wavy or missing while the edges are clear, that is a sign your macula is in trouble. Zeaxanthin is difficult to get in the modern diet because we do not eat enough brightly colored vegetables. A study published in the British Journal of Ophthalmology found that higher intake of this nutrient was significantly associated with a reduced risk of developing advanced macular degeneration. It is simple math. The more of this pigment you eat, the denser the pigment in your eye becomes and the better it can withstand the assault of aging. Picture this. You are slicing up a crisp orange pepper for a salad. As you crunch into it, you are releasing a burst of hydration and antioxidants that travel directly to that central point in your eye. Unlike the heavy feeling you get after a meal of processed carbs or sugary snacks, which spikes your insulin and inflames your blood vessels, a fresh pepper creates a clean anti-inflammatory environment. It is also worth noting that bell peppers are packed with vitamin C. The fluid inside your eye is actually very high in vitamin C, which help prevent oxidation of the lens. This means that eating peppers can also help delay the onset of cataracts, which are essentially the clouding of that lens. So you are getting a double benefit, protecting the retina at the back and keeping the lens clear at the front. Try slicing up some orange bell peppers and dipping them in hummus for a snack or roasting them with your dinner. They are sweet, they are crunchy, and they are incredibly easy to add to your routine. If you can swap out a bag of chips for a sliced pepper, you're making a massive upgrade for your health. It is not just about cutting calories, it is about flooding your body with the raw materials it needs to repair itself. Which brings us to our next point, and this serves as a perfect snack for those movie nights or afternoon cravings. Number 4 is pistachios. Now, nuts in general are healthy, but pistachios are unique in the nut world because they are green. That green color comes from, yes, you guessed it, lutein. They are one of the only nuts that contain significant amounts of this eye-protecting carotenoid. But they also bring something else to the table, which is vitamin E. Vitamin E is a potent antioxidant that protects the fatty acids in your retina from breaking down. Remember, we said the retina is made of fat. Well, fat loves to oxidize. Think of butter left out on the counter too long, it turns rancid. Vitamin E is the preservative that stops your retina from turning rancid. It hugs the cell membranes and shields them from free radical attacks. There is a rhythm to snacking on pistachios that is actually quite good for you. Having to shell them slows you down, making you more mindful of what you are eating. But beyond the behavior, the biochemical effect is profound. Studies have shown that adding pistachios to your diet can raise the lutein levels in your blood significantly. I want you to imagine a shield. Your immune system and your repair systems are constantly fighting off invaders and damage. Vitamin E is like the reinforcement for that shield. Without it, the shield cracks. With it, the defense holds strong. For seniors specifically, getting enough vitamin E is linked to a slower progression of cataracts. So here is a practical idea. Instead of reaching for a sugary cookie or a piece of cake in the afternoon, have a handful of pistachios. Just a small handful, about 1 or 2 ounces, is enough. You do not need to go overboard. The combination of healthy fats, protein, and eye-specific nutrients makes this the ultimate vision-friendly snack. Plus, they help stabilize your blood sugar. High blood sugar is a major enemy of eye health because it damages the tiny blood vessels in the retina, a condition called diabetic retinopathy. By choosing a low glycemic snack like pistachios, you are protecting your eyes from sugar damage too. We are down to our final food, and this one is going to feel like a reward rather than a dietary restriction. Number 5 is dark chocolate. Yes, you heard that right. Chocolate can be good for your eyes, but there is a very specific type and a very specific reason why. And we are talking about high cocoa contents chocolate, ideally 70% or higher. The magic ingredient here is flavanols. Flavanols are compounds that dramatically improve blood flow. Dr. William Li emphasizes the importance of circulation, and your eyes are fed by some of the tiniest, most intricate blood vessels in the entire body. If circulation is sluggish, those cells starve. They do not get enough oxygen and they cannot flush out waste products. When waste builds up in the eye, specifically something called drusen, it creates deposits that interfere with vision. Dark chocolate flavanols have been shown to dilate blood vessels and improve blood flow to the brain and the retina. There was actually a small study where participants who ate dark chocolate showed improved visual contrast sensitivity shortly after. That means they could distinguish objects better against a background like seeing a dark car on a dark road at night. Imagine your blood vessels relaxing, widening slightly, allowing a rush of oxygen-rich blood to surge into your eyes, waking up those tired cells. It is like taking a deep breath of fresh air for your retinas. This is not about eating a candy bar filled with sugar and milk. Milk chocolate has very few flavanols and tons of sugar, which causes inflammation. We want the bitter, dark, rich stuff. Treat yourself to a square or two of high quality dark chocolate after dinner. Think of it as your medicinal dessert. It satisfies that craving for something sweet, but it works for you, not against you. It is a wonderful feeling to know that enjoying a small treat is actually contributing to your ability to see the world clearly. It might feel a bit unsettling to learn about all the things that can go wrong with our eyes, the oxidation, the inflammation, the blocked blood vessels. It is natural to feel a bit of anxiety about the future, especially when we see friends or family members losing their sight. But remember, knowledge is power. Now that you know about these foods, you have the power to change the trajectory of your health. You do not need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You do not need to become a perfect eater instantly. Start with one thing. Maybe this week you just buy a bag of spinach and have it with your eggs. Maybe next week you switch your snack to pistachios. Small, consistent changes compound over time, just like interest in a bank account. You might start to notice less eye strain when you are reading. You might find that you are not squinting as much when you drive. Imagine walking down your front steps with total confidence, seeing every edge clearly. That is the difference these small dietary tweaks can make over time. So to recap, let us look at our vision strengthening menu. We have spinach and leafy greens acting as your internal sunglasses, blocking harmful light. We have fatty fish like salmon, rebuilding the cell membranes and keeping your eyes moist. We have orange bell peppers delivering concentrated pigments to the center of your vision. We have pistachios providing a shield of vitamin E against oxidation. And we have dark chocolate opening up the blood vessels to keep your eyes oxygenated and fresh. It is all about giving your body the right fuel to do what it does best, which is heal and maintain itself. As we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with a thought. I know getting older is hard. The aches, the pains, the fear of losing your abilities, it can be scary and sometimes it feels discouraging. But you are not alone in this. And most importantly, it is not too late to turn things around. Your body is incredibly resilient. It is waiting for you to give it the tools it needs. Every time you choose a food that nourishes you, you are making a statement. You are saying that you value your independence. You are saying that you want to see your grandchildren grow up, not just hear about it. You are saying that you intend to keep driving, reading, and enjoying the beauty of this world for as long as possible. One meal, one step at a time, you are taking charge of your health. Growing older might be inevitable, but growing weaker doesn't have to be. With the right habit, you can stay strong, mobile, and independent. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which of these tips surprised you the most? Did you know that something as simple as a pepper or a pistachio could help save your sight? Do you have any personal recipes or ways to include these foods in your diet? Share your story or any questions in the comments below. I read every single one and we all learn from each other. Your experience might be the exact encouragement someone else needs to read today. And if you are sitting there thinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take care of my eyes, then type a number 1 in the comments right now. Let it be a small pledge to yourself. If you are still skeptical, that is okay too. Type a 0. Your voice matters here. If this video helped you or opened your eyes even a little, please hit the like button. It means a lot to me. And do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the important health insights that could improve your life. We have plenty more science-backed tips for thriving in your golden years because your health and your independence are worth fighting for. Stay strong, stay healthy, and remember, your independence is carried by your ability to see the path ahead. Keep taking those small steps for your health. They add up to giant strides in your freedom. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.